Oh,
and we've
okay.
got 2 shows in October here
Okay.
in Southern California.
I don't want to.
Wait, where are the
burst
shows
anyone's bubble,
in-
but you know they're coming to see you. They're not coming for the girls.
No, they are. Let me tell
Where-
you,
where-
their
where are the
fans
shows
are
in-
incredible. We're at the Irvine Improv
Okay.
October 3, and turns out not Canada, Ontario, California, October 17.
Ontario, the airport.
Oh, we know the mayor of Ontario. He's our
Yeah.
friend.
Have the mayor come see us on
Oh
the
my
17th.
God, we
Oh my
should
God,
invite-
Mayor Leon.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We need the
Paul
mayor.
and Cheryl.
It's the
Yes.
Ontario Improv, October 17th.
Oh my God, I'm going to tell them
I'm
right
gonna tell
now.
him.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come.
I want to
too.
go to the airport.
They're great friends of ours.
Yeah.
His
I want to
name's
get
up
3
there.
ounces of something.
Oh my God.
love
Yeah,
it.
so that we have, and then we are going to be doing Atlanta, Nashville, Chicago, a whole series of days.
And how? And is the show different every single time, or it's all improv, or it's
No,
scripted?
it is loosely scripted.
Okay.
It's highly structured.
Okay.
But the content changes depending on the audience.
Do you
So
need a
there's-
costume designer? Because I'm really good at wardrobe.
So they,
Can I get?
they have beautiful outfits, Vicky and Shannon.
Yeah.
They do a lot of sequins. I wear a pair of light blue pants, the navy t-shirt that says I love MCs, and now I wear
funny.
a navy blazer.
I love it.
Oh, I want to do wardrobe. I need
How,
a gig,
um,
Doug.
They wear a lot of sequins.
How do
They have great bodies.
Yeah.
Now I've seen more than I need to. I
Well, you have to put the boobs in.
I had to
in
take
intact.
Vicky's bra off and put Shannon's bra on, and I
You're
had to
kidding.
put Vicky's
Did
tights
you mix
on.
them up?
They swapped, and I learned a lot. I'd never taken a
do
bra off or put one on.
What is the concept of the show? Is it like a Countess Luann type thing, or what? Because
It has. There are games. There's audience games.
Okay.
There's reliving certain iconic moments. There's musical numbers.
it's interactive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's several opportunities for the audience to be involved in the show.
Got it.
I don't want to give too much away, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the ladies are great. And what I do like, and I find this in the Jeff Lewis live shows that we do,
Yeah.
there's sort of nothing off the table. Like people
Mm-hmm.
can ask
Whatever
whatever they
question.
want. And both Vicky and Shannon have some really incredible shared experiences that they talk about
Yeah.
with the audience.
Open.
And it's very open, and they're so
love
kind
that.
with their fans, and it's interesting stuff.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Would you ever do reality TV?
He's living reality
it's not
TV.
it's
It's
not on my bucket list.
Like if someone said we want you to do Survivor, would you go on Survivor?
well, no, Survivor, of course not. I would do nothing that required disrobing, and I feel like on
You don't have
Survivor,
to disrobe on
I think
Survivor.
you do on many of those.
Big Brother?
outdoor
Would you go on Big Brother?
shows. No, too many people. I don't want. I've never watched it, but I know it's a lot of people.
So what's a
Yeah.
show that you like, a game show or anything?
I would do a game show, I suppose.
So let me ask you this. Do you have a hidden talent that nobody knows about? That you would always think
I
that
have a
you
hidden
wanted to
talent,
do?
but something I don't want people to know.
Why? What's a hidden talent? I want to know.
It's no longer hidden if I tell you.
You know we're doing this game show. We're taping.
Well,
on
I saw you sent out
Thursday.
like a flyer.
Yes!
Like I was like, what the hell is this?
We with Sutton
Yeah.
Strack
Yeah.
are hosting a
Well,
new
you got
game
your gig.
show.
I'm looking for my own.
So we're gonna have comedians, jugglers.
Well, we're
all
looking for
kinds
hidden
of
talents.
unique talent. They're gonna
And
come.
If you can't
TikTok
do it
talent.
on America's Got Talent, you're right for us.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it's on TikTok.
Like,
No.
do
It's
you
gonna
know how
be-
to
no,
yodel?
It's gonna be on a network.
Oh, it'll be.
But
on
we're
a
But do you
shooting-
know how to yodel?
No, not on
Like,
purpose.
that's a hidden talent. Like
He's
Yeah.
told
people
you
that
he's not gonna do
yodel.
reality TV.
No, I'm just. This is not reality TV.
It's
this
it's
is
just
a
not
game
my
show.
thing. You know, like when we've been at those
You get
events.
prizes on this show.
Yeah, what's the prize?
You get to hang
A
out.
check
with
for
us.
$1.98.
I think we're gonna have to find some corporate dollars for you, right? When we, when they were shooting OC. No, I signed an NDA. When we've done like when they were shooting Hollywood House Lift and we were at.
Yeah.
I
Oh my gosh. There's a tissue, Paul. That's the bell. He
It's
rings
a
that
little
fucking
late.
bell.
I try to go away from the cameras. It makes me. It's like it's
It's uncomfortable.
just
Wait a
not for
minute.
me.
So were
It's
they
not for me.
filming?
I don't remember.
Oh my God!
I really
They're
don't
filming
remember.
the
I signed
Dos
Tres,
amigas.
dos tres,
I signed an NDA.
the amigos,
That's
amigos.
Am I allowed to say that I signed an NDA?
You just did.
Oh, well, there was paperwork involved.
Well, wait. If you signed an NDA, you're not supposed to talk about the NDA that you signed about the NDA. That
You
were
can
supposed
say
to
you
sign.
signed an NDA. You just can't say what's in the NDA.
Right. Okay, I signed it. I didn't read the NDA. I just signed it.
There you go.
But I
He
signed
signed
an
an
NDA.
NDA that he can't talk about
Being on Real Housewives of
Orange
OC
County
on this
with Dos
season.
Amigas y Doug,
Right.
which is fine.
Can you tell us the episode?
No, I can't.
He's like, what episode?
It
I
hasn't
don't know.
come out yet.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
If there was one,
The show's almost
hasn't
finished,
come
though,
out
right? The season,
I don't know.
think.
Move on.
No, I think OC's almost finished. The season.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
they're on
almost done.
episode 9.
I think so.
There's still
10.
half a
Okay,
season.
last thing I
Yeah.
want to ask you about before we do some hot topics.
Yeah.
We always do that. Your relationships.
Oh.
Dating.
Yeah.
Why aren't you dating?
It's just not happening right now.
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
Justin's
And
available.
for how
but
long?
he's
in a
straight.
relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, many years. In a relationship?
Yeah.
What is for real? What are we? 2024?
Yeah.
20
Since you were 19.
20 something years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Is it just men suck and it's hard to date? Or
Well, you want them to suck.
I
know.
had a bad relationship that just sort of closed the door for me, and I just never reopened it.
and so you never want to find that
I
special
don't say
someone?
never,
Right.
but I don't. I'm not searching, and I'm not dependent on.
Are
it.
you going
I-
on the dating apps or anything?
No.
Like Jeff is on the dating apps
No.
and he's going on the
No,
I
and didn't
thought
you go on
about
the
going-
speed? Did you go on the speed dating? You did.
I did.
So how did you do on the speed dating?
Well,
He
I
matched.
got a bunch of matches, but,
But nothing happened with it.
no.
Oh, at least did you at least get
But
sex
you know
out
what?
of
They
it?
didn't reach out to me any more or less than I reached out to them.
Mm.
It was just like oh yeah, let's get together, but we never did. I think I'll meet somebody eventually.
Probably, right?
I may before I'm dead. We'll see.
Your mom is probably like, when are you gonna meet someone?
Right? She used to say when I was a kid, my mother would say, "Marry a Jewish girl," and then there were years she would say, "Just marry a girl." now she just says, "Marry a Jew." You know, that's all.
Yeah, but she knows you're gay and she's fine with it and she's happy with it.
You know, I come from an extremely supportive
Yeah.
family. Both my parents were supportive.
And you and we got some tea today on you, which we had no idea.
What?
That you went to a Quaker school, and I have
I
no
did.
idea what the fuck a Quaker school is.
Yeah, well, the
No,
Quakers,
it's like the Amish.
the Quakers are the coolest cats
Oh,
around.
is that what it is?
The Quakers are so amazing.
What did they make you do in
So are you
Costco when
a
have to
Jewish
stand
Quaker?
up and sit down and stand up and sit down?
Well, I
Okay,
went
are
to
you a Jewish Quaker?
No, I'm Jewish.
Okay.
But I went to a Quaker school.
Oh.
The school, I was the 201st graduating class. My school, Friends, was founded in 1786.
Okay.
There were
And
people around in
there
1786.
sure were
In New York?
The
City.
Quakers.
New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the school moved in the 19th century to its current location, which is on top of Peter Stuyvesant's farm.
Is it still
Oh.
there?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You mean people still send their kids
Yes,
to a
it's-
Quaker school?
and how many
absolutely.
years were you there the whole time?
No, I was there from middle school through high school.
That's
Okay.
a reality show in itself.
It is a great school.
the
and a lot
Mormons
of,
are having like sex
Well,
with
it's-
everybody in their country.
true.
the Quakers invented the pill, not the birth control pill, but
Yeah.
like the actual pill. I think they also invented popcorn. But the Quakers, the philosophy of Quakerism is taught in the school.
Okay.
Right. So we would have silent meeting every day. And that's-
Silent
Yes,
meeting.
because Quakers sit in silent meditation.
So what
and
is a silent meeting?
So the whole lower school,
You
middle
emailed
school,
each
and
other.
lower school, middle school, and upper school each have their own silent meeting for different lengths of time.
okay.
So by the time you're in upper school, Wednesdays and Fridays is 30 minutes of silence. And every other day is just a moment of silence before your daily meeting.
I call
and a
that
moment of
nap
silence.
time.
No, but we
30 minutes? I'm like,
Oh my
napping.
God.
Sometimes we did do homework. But the Quakers believe
Okay.
that there is that of God in each person. And your mission in life is to figure out what that means
Which-
for you. So each person
Oh.
shines differently. And it's about your individuality, but it's also about being part of a group. Quakers don't vote, they believe in consensus.
Oh.
So, I mean, on one hand,
Interesting.
nothing ever gets done, but
Right, right,
Quakers are
right.
pacifists. And
But Quakers are not like Amish.
No, but it's
Similar. It's the concept.
And,
is the
and
same.
is
believe in
Quakerism
electricity
It's
and
a
culture.
religion?
Yeah, it is a religion, but they don't.
So how does a
use-
Jewish kid go to a Quaker school?
Again, well, it's owned and run by the Quakers, and they used the philosophies of Quakerism in the teaching, but it was
Interesting.
not extremely religious, other than we would have silent meeting, which is sort of universal.
Yeah.
And the basis, so, they also believe there's a small gap between teacher and student. So we were on a first name basis with all of our teachers because they
So
believe
you
you
never
learn
called
from
them
each other.
teacher?
No, like our headmistress was Joyce and our headmaster was Barkley, and
Oh.
my math teacher was Jean.
Okay.
We had no bells. We were on an honor system.
Yep.
So if
You
you
mean you
cheated,
just show up to a class?
yeah, there were no
Wow.
bells. There was no study hall, and you would turn yourself in if you cheated. My friend Tom,
Who would turn themselves in?
I did. I
Doug,
accidentally.
this
Wait,
is
you
the
turned yourself
problem.
in
I
for
did.
cheating?
I accidentally cheated on the AP French exam, and I turned myself in.
Bonjour? Like, what was the problem?
Well, we didn't have proctors, so we all shared like tape recorders. There
Yeah.
was the oral part, you
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
and I was sitting with my best friend at the time, Tom, and I missed the question. And it's better to skip a question than to get one wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't get a point versus losing a point. So
Right.
I didn't hear the question. I said, I'm not going to answer it. And right at the next microphone, Tom goes, "Oh, je joue au basketball." And I said, "Oh, je joue au basketball." Wait, no, disregard. I said, "This is Doug Budin at tape recorder number 4. Please disregard that question."
God.
You're like,
And-
I just stole his answer.
Yeah. Tom failed himself at self-paced jogging
Oh my God.
because he never did it. But
So the
You were on an honor
implementation of what the Quakers have done to you does not support living in California and Los Angeles.
it does. I live, but that's why I don't lie.
Yeah.
I really
Well,
value
we don't lie either.
the Quakers. What I learned at that school. Also, another big part of Quakerism is it's called in as far as teaching is it's called a perceived risk, where things look scarier than they are. In fact,
Yeah.
most of the school right on 16th Street would rappel off the side of the school building every
What?
year, including the faculty. And you would, I doubt they do this anymore. This was the 80s.
Yeah.
But you would rappel, and
You have to
rappelling,
trust like someone else.
rappelling is a perceived risk. And so it
Yeah.
looks scary, but it actually isn't once you're doing it. And the theory is you say, wow, if I could tackle that,
Yeah.
maybe I could do that math homework that seems so insurmountable. Maybe I could approach that with
So
a
do you
fresh
still
eye.
have friends from Quaker?
Yeah, some of my
Wow.
closest friends. In fact, in 2 weeks, on Saturday, September 28th,
It's your
Yeah.
anniversary.
we're having, because we all turned 55 this year,
Yep.
we're having our 55th birthday
God, they're
party.
such babies.
And there were 50 kids in my graduating class. I think about 39 are going to be there.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
so we're all,
Where's the party?
it's at somebody's apartment.
in New
No,
York.
but
Yeah, in the city.
Nice.
oh, in New York.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
nice.
like,
City.
it's not going to be in
No,
LA.
it's in the city. And I was sort of honestly, I was kind of the dumb one in my class.
You were?
I was. And, you look at like the emails, I'm looking at everybody's auto signature, in
Yeah.
our email chain.
Yeah.
And it's like, this one is on a Fulbright here, and this one's the head of the such and such, and this one's being honored by. And
Yeah.
it's like, the people are like, what are you doing, Doug? And I'm like, oh, I'm an actor.
I'm making tomatoes.
It's like,
I'm
it's
a
little
chump.
sad. It's a little sad. I feel
Listen,
really
I,
dumb.
I
When
quit
they-
this cult. I joined another.
When they came up with the name Chump,
Yeah.
and they started calling you Chump, and then we're all called Chumps. Somebody said to us
It's a derogatory.
that it's a derogatory
Well,
name.
I'm like,
Yeah,
how is
chump
that
is-
derogatory?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when somebody's a chump, that's like a pejorative term.
They asked
But-
us. They asked me and Paul. They go, "Do you like being called a derogatory name? You're a chump." I'm like,
Yeah, I mean that's why it was. That's the sort of the whole point was David Beador was insulting Jeff by calling him a chump. Jeff decided to
we
take
embrace it.
ownership to reclaim it as a positive thing.
Got
That
it.
is true. It's not a
I
compliment.
mean, look.
Okay.
You got an email from the Quakers with all of the insignias that they have, and yours says Doug Budin.
chump.
wow, that's
Yay!
next to his letters from the Queen.
That's right.
And
Obama.
Obama wrote you a
and
letter.
Harry and Meghan.
Harry and Meghan?
They sent me a postcard, but it was just
Oh.
like a
They can't
pre-filled
really
out.
afford the stationery.
Yeah, it
Well,
was-
because you write to them.
Buckingham.
When you write, like, what do you write to them? When you-
It depends to whom. The Queen, she and I had 3 letters back and forth, 3 each.
That's
Every time I
amazing.
wrote her, she wrote back. But she only wrote one of them. The other 2 were from one of her ladies in waiting.
And
it
it's a
would say-
handwritten letter? Or
No, it's
printed?
typed, but it's signed.
Oh,
and
signed by
stamped,
her.
and it's on the
Can I-
embossed
I love that.
Windsor
Parchment.
Castle.
Can I tell you that we have something so much in common?
What?
Paul does.
I
you.
have a letter from, I can't find it. It's probably in the box
Oh, no.
somewhere, from Princess Diana.
You do?
Because he was going to do a dress for
When I
Princess
was gonna
Diana.
go do a dress for Princess Diana
You have to
before
find it.
she
He'll find it.
before she had
Before
the
she died.
car
Right, yeah.
accident. Because I was going to be commissioned because she was coming to West Coast,
Oh.
and they wanted a West Coast couturier
Ah.
to make her the dress.
And
I
he
was gonna
missed
go
the
to
opportunity because she
Buckingham
passed
Palace
away.
because then she passed away.
Is that awful? That's like the one
That's what it
missed
was.
But you
opportunity.
got to find the letter.
I
I
know,
gotta
he's got
find
it.
the letter.
We have it somewhere.
It's
We
somewhere.
definitely do. Should we do some hot topics? Hot topics. We want to give you just a couple topics.
So you just want my take on
and get your
something?
opinion on it.
Okay.
Some things that are happening. We've got a couple to pick from. Paul never can
Don't
figure
do
this
anything with
out.
sports.
No, it's not sports.
How about Vanderpump Rules reboot with new casting, new cast filming
I don't really have a chance. I don't watch it.
at all?
No, I met Jax and Brittany once at Smart and Final.
They're getting a divorce.
I heard they're getting a
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
And he was, I think, fired and rehired and fired again.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have a kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
And she makes beer cheese or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's something.
That's
She's
the
really
end of
sweet.
my
We were
knowledge
with
on
her
that.
at the
She's
Chateau
sweet.
Marmont. She's very fun. Very
Oh, good.
sweet.
They were very kind at Smart
Yes.
and Final. They let me take a picture with them. Like,
But I
didn't-
don't
didn't
think that she and
hesitate.
Jax are ever right for each other.
No.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
So, what is your take on it? So, what is it? It's being rebooted.
A
you said?
reboot, all new cast.
Are you happy about it?
You know,
I'm tired of people cheating on each other and thinking that that's the way of the new.
but that's the whole
Yeah.
concept of the
future.
show.
I mean, seriously, between Love Island, dating, and fucking everybody, and then you've got Mormons fucking each other now. It's like,
what
that's-
is your
it's
take
too
on
much.
reboots?
It's too much.
That's something that's very popular. That Mormon
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Reboots?
Mhm.
I mean, I think it depends on the show, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's always. I mean, to me,
I'd rather see
I think
Alice
about-
reboot.
well, Alice.
Oh,
Early
I
to
love
bed,
that show.
early to
Golden Girls
rise.
reboot.
Well, there is the new
Yeah.
gay Golden Girls
Yeah.
that they
Which
just
one?
filmed the pilot.
Yeah.
Muchnick and Cohen. It's with Nathan Lane, Matt Bomer. It's called Mid-Century Modern.
Yeah,
Oh.
Someone we know actually auditioned for it. One of the chums.
it's coming out, right? I think it's already coming out.
Yeah, I think it's on
Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu.
But you know, to me, when you say reboot, the first thing that I think of is the Darren on Bewitched. Remember they
Oh,
changed
yeah.
Darren
Oh yeah.
and they changed Darlene.
When they
Was
changed
it Darlene
him
or
and
Becky?
changed
No, Becky.
Becky.
They changed Becky.
Yes.
Do you remember the actress? She gave a nod to it. She said at one point, one of the
Yeah.
episodes, they were watching Bewitched, and
Yes.
she said something like, "I always thought the new Darren was better."
better.
And it was such a great throw. It was so great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
James Earl Jones and Darth Vader.
Bitch, it's my hot topic. You just did yours.
Well, so what? I could do another.
Why are you doing another when I'm supposed to be doing one?
Why do you always have to monopolize?
Because you just did a fucking hot
Okay.
topic.
Fine, pick one.
Go,
Pick
pick
one.
one. Go ahead.
He's gonna pick James Earl Jones and Darth Vader.
No, I'm not
dead.
gonna. You don't even know how to read it.
The late great James
No, don't
Earl
listen to him.
Jones.
Can I give you my hot topic?
just died.
Okay,
know.
that's the hot topic. But my hot topic is something more interesting.
Oh,
Venice, Italy is sinking.
it's sinking.
Well, it's been sinking for
I
700 years.
know.
But they're saying you have to go visit Venice
Yeah.
within the next
You
You
few
haven't
years.
been?
I've been.
I
What
think
an
they can just
incre-
jack it
The
up.
only thing that's missing from Venice is Italians. I feel like there are no Italians that
Italians.
live
all
there.
tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I was there, I think 6 days.
Wow.
And I was a kid. I was like 19.
You haven't
20
been
years
as an
old.
adult?
Never as a
You
grown
gotta go back before
Oh.
it sinks. It's a sinking island.
We've gone like 4 or 5
We
times.
just got back.
So beautiful.
It is, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
take your
would love to go
galoshes
back.
so you can walk through.
Well,
the
my friend
square.
took hers home from the hotel because she was there during
Yeah.
major flooding.
Yeah.
And the pictures she was sending were outrageous. It was not flooded when I was there.
When
But
we
I
went,
had-
it was.
We went to Murano and Burano.
Murano. My
God.
husband
So-
stole the best glass piece from Murano Island. It's in our living room.
I had a great lunch. I was there. Oh, I know. I was 21 or whatever. It was when I graduated college, and we were in Florence, and we were all reading The Agony and the Ecstasy, and so we were reading about how Michelangelo loved tripe.
Yeah.
And so and that's a Florentine special. We were in Florence, so I ordered the tripe, and people were like, "How is it?" I said, It's not fishy at all. And they said, well, why would it be fishy? And I said, well, tripe, it's fish, And they were like, no, it's not fish. I said, what do you mean it's not fish? They said, tripe is not fish. I said, yes, it is.
It's cow, right?
Well, it's the
inside.
it's the inside.
Oh, gross.
And then when they told me what it was, I felt it coming back out of my mouth. So from that point on, I was so nervous to order anything.
Yeah.
And we got to we were in Murano, and we got to this restaurant, and it said their specialty. It said lasagna al fornace, and I said, "Hold on, I said,
fornace,
signor, per favore, che fornace, eh?" And he says to me something in Italian, so I said, "Okay, fornace is a."
Wait,
says, no.
So for our audience that is not watching,
I'm imitating
they're
a fish.
listening. Doug just
puffer
imitated
fish.
a fish.
So then I said,
a very good impersonation.
I said, va bene. Fornace is. He said, no, signor, fornace. This goes on for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Finally, I look up and I see all over, this is the glass blowing island, there's the word fornace everywhere. It means furnace. That's what it just meant baked lasagna.
Oh, from the furnace. Lasagna from the furnace.
Baked lasagna.
Oh.
I got it.
was so afraid to order food, but then I was like, okay, it was fine.
You have to go back to Venice. So we were there just last month. And when we went last month, you were saying, babe, that the last time we went to Venice was before COVID.
Yeah.
And they used to put stilts for people to walk on in the square. Now they don't.
And the same place.
Now you just walk through the water.
Is just
they don't put those
2 feet of
risers?
water.
Yeah, they don't.
I didn't
put
know
that.
that.
So
It's
you
crazy.
just wear your galoshes. You sit in the water.
Yeah.
They've just turned it into whatever it is.
There's nothing like walking out of that train station when you first
In
arrive
Florence?
in Venice.
in
Yes.
Walking out of that train and you see the vaporetti and the taxis and it's this bustling city of tourists.
Yep.
It is. I mean, there are no words to
the
describe
Italians
what
don't
that
have
is.
to live there. They own the place,
Right.
so they don't
They
have
live
to
on
go
the
back to it.
outskirts.
They,
Well,
they go
when
on
we
the other
flew
side.
into the air, we were actually on our way back. We were flying out of Venice. We took the yacht into Venice from Croatia. I must say
Scusa.
that. The yacht.
Scusa. Scusa.
We took the yacht up the coast of Croatia for my birthday.
Says bougie bitch over
Yes.
here.
And then we took the speedboat taxi to the airport to fly
With the
out
hot
of the
guy.
Venice airport.
It was important.
It was like a James Bond boat.
Yeah.
It was so cool. This speedboat out of
I
Venice
felt
to
like
the airport.
Imal.
Like who?
Imal. George Clooney's.
Clooney's
Oh,
wife.
okay, thank you.
Oh my God.
I did. I felt the breeze. The breeze was so excellent. The breeze was flowing in my hair.
It's an incredible place to visit.
Yeah, it is. You got to go back.
Yeah.
You have to before it sinks.
I think in my lifetime it'll still be there.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah, but
I don't
you
know, it was
wanna
like
be
2 feet of
knee-deep
water
in
in
a
the square.
wheelchair. You don't want to go there in a wheelchair. You'll sink yourself.
There's too many other places to visit first.
Like
See, that's what I was
gotta
saying.
go to
like,
Israel,
I have
too.
that long list of places I've
Yeah.
never been, and then places I
I
want to go
need
back.
I need
What-
you to start planning every 3 months. You need to hit one of these targets.
Yeah.
What's your top place you want to visit? Top place.
I don't. It changes, but India is very high up on my list.
Yeah, yeah.
Croatia is high up on my list. Sheboygan.
What is Sheboygan?
It's in
Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh, like Sheboygan?
That's Michigan.
Is that a
No, I'd
country
like-
or a city
I'd like
or a
to have
state?
visited. I'd
It's
like
all
to
of the
visit
above.
every state in
Yeah.
our union.
Yeah.
I have not yet. I've
Well,
never,
don't worry about that. When you're handicapped, we'll get a little Winnebago and we can go across the
So
country.
there's a ton
There's
of
not much to
places.
see. It's a lot of dead stuff.
I've spent a lot of time in Western Europe, right?
Yeah.
I think just about every country in Western Europe, several in Eastern Europe, but I've never been to South America. The furthest south I've
We've
been,
been
I
to
think,
Peru.
is like Tulum.
Peru.
Right,
Tulum is nothing to see.
Bolivia. Is
Well,
Bolivia in
but
South
that's as
America?
far south as I've been.
Is Bolivia in
Peru.
South America?
You got to go to Lake Titicaca. Oh my God, that touches
Not on my list, but-
Argentina and Chile
I want to
and
go
Peru.
to
Yeah.
South Africa. I want to go.
South Africa with all the rhinos.
We're going,
And the big...
but he's saying that I am not allowed to get in the shark cage when we go to South
Oh
Africa.
God, you're not getting in a shark cage.
I totally want to
No.
do
We'll
that.
just have him sign some paperwork.
No, I don't give a shit about the paperwork. Yeah, he's still worth some cash.
You would
for
not
me.
get in a
I'm
shark
gonna get
cage?
that cash
Isn't
no
he
matter
worth
what.
more dead than alive?
No,
okay.
he's got legs.
Would you get
and
in a
arms.
shark
I can
cage?
still get some cash out of him.
Would you get in a shark cage?
No, first of all, I don't. Well, now I own a bathing suit. I don't swim, and I told you I don't disrobe.
You don't need
in
to swim
public.
when you're in a shark cage. You get eaten up.
I'm very afraid of the
Oh my
water.
God, do you
bad.
want to get eaten up?
No,
You
Oh
know what I'm
my
talking
God.
about.
no. I'm
No.
very afraid of the water. I don't.
are.
I don't
like-
swim.
So I love the water. I'll jump in the ocean.
I think I drowned in a previous life. Is what I
Yeah,
think.
it was
We-
that
on the-
Quaker
on the-
high school.
On the yacht in Croatia, we were in the middle of the Adriatic Sea, and they stopped in the middle of the sea, and they put a water slide in the middle, and you could jump and go down the water slide.
Like on
into-
below deck.
Yes, and then we
Yeah, but
were
this was,
swimming
like,
in the sea, and the
high.
current was like really,
This
really
was, like,
strong. You had to
60 or 80
swim.
feet high.
You had to like swim to the boat, but it was fun.
In fact, we were talking earlier when I decided to go to Friends for high school.
Yes,
My parents
Friends,
wanted
the
me
high
to-
school, not the show.
Not the show. But my parents wanted me to go to this school, Columbia Prep, which I got into.
Now you would have had
you
some
had
good
to-
friends from
You
there.
had to swim
Oh.
at Columbia Prep. And
we
for
went to Columbia. We loved it.
Columbia Prep is a high
Oh.
school.
Oh, the country Columbia.
No.
Oh,
That's
Oh my God, you would
Colombia.
love
This
Colombia.
Is Colombia.
Colombia, not Colombia.
What's
I
the difference
said, no, my
between
parents
Colombia and
lost. They
Colombia?
made a deposit because they pretty much insisted that I went there. And I
Oh.
said no, and it was because I could not.
But you would go to there to learn how to swim. That's the whole idea of a school.
No,
What?
but when I visited Friends, I sat in on a history class.
You
and
sat on
guys-
the 30-minute
he-
little quiet
he,
time.
No, the teacher cursed, and I was like, he said like, kiss those fucking Romanovs goodbye. And I went to the payphone and I said, I'm going here.
Oh my God. And you did.
I did because
I love it. Do another hot topic, Paul.
I don't have any more.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, we do. We started it. James Earl Jones, Darth Vader is dead.
Yes.
Tragic, right?
I mean,
like,
well, on one hand, listen, he lived to 93.
pretty amazing.
That's incredible. For
Yes.
a-
That's like
for
2
a
years
man.
away from me.
But
2 years behind.
But you know what's weird? I was listening to all of the things, and his voice so recognizable. I didn't even know he was the voice of CNN. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Yeah,
What
this
does he
is
say?
CNN.
This
That's James
is
Earl Jones.
CNN.
That's him.
But I'm
Yes.
so good. Let me tell you.
Can I get a gig like that?
You asked earlier about a special skill.
Yeah.
I am so good at identifying the celebrity voiceover. I was driving over here.
Yeah.
I heard that Hilton, it's for the stay commercial.
Yep.
I was like, that's Catherine O'Hara. I knew instantly.
Oh yes.
It is.
Yeah.
And isn't
I'm really
what's the,
good.
What's the medical commercial? Is it Kaiser? Which is Allison
Kaiser-
Janney,
as
right?
Allison Janney.
Allison Janney, the
She's-
Kaiser
She
commercial.
is absolutely Kaiser.
Yeah.
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 Wouldn't you want to? Wouldn't you want to be the voice of something so you can get another house?
Yeah.
I would.
I did I was the villain in the James Bond video game
No
series.
way.
Yeah,
Oh my
I had to do
God.
I played was the German villain, and I get electrocuted, and I had to record being electrocuted in 10 different levels.
So how do you
like
do that?
depending on if you were level 2, I might just go like ah! But by level 9, I was like ah! I had to
That's a
die.
hidden talent.
I had to
Doug.
die at all
Doug,
these different
That's
levels.
a fucking secret hidden talent that
Oh
I
my
need you to show
God.
up for and give us 10 tiers of electrocution.
No, I've already done it.
How do you even do? So is it in the game?
Yeah, if you buy whatever the James Bond that had the
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
had
get
thick
residual
German
checks for
accent.
that?
No, we didn't. No,
It's a buyout.
Yeah, that was a buyout.
I wonder if
like
James
a
Earl
print
Jones. I don't
job,
think he
same
got
thing.
a buy. I think it was a buyout for
I-
CNN too, right?
Listen,
I need a
I have a
buyout.
Probably
feeling
got a
it was
buck
pretty
50.
lucrative.
Wait.
he had a very
He
lucrative.
lived
deal.
until
Yeah, he did.
93. He had the cash
So,
to
but
spend.
what an incredible
I know.
actor he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
Yeah, he was.
Well,
But,
he
but
still
the most
lives.
iconic Darth
Yeah.
Vader voice.
yeah.
The most. All right, we're gonna do Runway Rundown. Runway Rundown is the good, the bad, the ugly.
From
And
what?
what were you
Sometimes
thinking?
it's what the fuck were you wearing and why?
Who are we talking about?
Well, we
Maybe
might.
you.
We're gonna show you a
No.
couple pictures.
Maybe you.
You may be in a picture.
appearances.
Oh, maybe we've got pictures of you in your bathrobe at home, bitch.
I know
Maybe.
you don't. Those
How
are
do-
closed circuit cameras.
Really? Uh-huh. Somebody hacked into it.
Okay, so our first picture, We love her. We adore her. She's actually a friend, but I just don't understand what the fuck she thinks of when she picks out her wardrobe.
And we're talking
We've got
about-
Tori
Talking about
Spelling,
Tori Spelling.
at the iHeartRadio Awards. Paul, can you please describe this
she was with
horrible
Luke
outfit for
Perry
the audience
when you went
listening?
to go shake his hand.
Yes.
She's wearing a very goth, transparent, see-through lace mesh with underwear and the red lipstick, the boots, the pleather boots. They're not even expensive, but just the proportionality of how it flows on her body.
Makes
So
her
is
look
it a one
short.
shoulder? Is that what
Very
we call
short,
it?
very wide, because the proportions aren't there and it doesn't suit her.
One of the 3 women whose breasts I have felt.
Is
Oh.
Tori?
Tori Spelling.
Really?
I've only felt the breasts of famous women, including Tori Spelling.
So you
How did it
felt
feel next
Vicky
to
Gunvalson.
I've never touched Vicky Gunvalson's bosom.
So who are the 3 famous women
the
you
first
pressed?
one was in college, Padma Lakshmi.
Oh.
She wasn't famous at the time.
but she's
We were-
gorgeous.
We were
Okay.
theater
Yeah.
majors together.
Okay.
I think I touched her boob at the Emmys.
You did.
The second was Patty Stanger on.
Everyone's
which was
touched
on
her
Jeff's
boobs.
show. Oh, I didn't touch hers. I looked at them, and that was.
Yeah, that was enough.
Everyone's
Tori
touched her
Spelling.
boobs.
You felt it.
Jeff asked me to feel her boob, and I said no. And then she grabbed my hand and
And
placed
put
it
it on
upon
the-
her
Yeah.
bosom.
You were violated.
I was like, I don't know
Well,
what
if
I'm
somebody
supposed to
grabs
be
your hand,
feeling.
you want it to be on a crotch, not on a boob.
But in terms of this look, I feel like it just makes her look short.
It makes her look short. It makes her look wide. The proportions
And
aren't
she's
there.
so lovely.
I don't
she's
understand. Is that a
very
cape
tiny.
or what is she wearing in the
She's
back?
wearing a see-through.
Well, I hope she was happy with how
She's
looked.
wearing
She
a
wasn't.
see-through lace ensemble,
Who
which
dressed
is a
it?
one
Do you know who
piece,
made
and
it?
then it's got a midriff that she has cinched in to give her that waist cinched look.
Babe, what is it called when you have the one shoulder off to the side and then you
They're
have the one
both
shoulder up?
Unfortunate.
They're
Exactly,
both
Doug.
supposed to be
Yes.
like that, except for the fact that she had one fallen off and the other one stayed up.
I had. Can I just tell you
It's
something?
a-
Sure.
I had a fashion
It's a
disaster.
Janet Jackson
Okay.
moment.
I did that live shopping with Sutton.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
few
How
weeks
was
ago.
that?
Well, who the fuck would ever
Were
think
you
that
in bed with her?
No, we were sitting on stools. It was very like Good Morning America meets
Yeah.
HSN. The models would walk in front of us, but I said, Sutton, I truly, you may not know this, but like the only thing about fashion is that I think of is Elsa Clench, who
Yes,
had that
on
show
Oh,
Style.
Style with
I
Elsa
grew up
Clench.
watching Elsa Clench, so I
Yes.
said
And
to
then Bravo
Sutton-
came along and canceled her.
So-
I know.
So the first model comes up, and I said to Sutton, I said, so Sutton, and we're live. People
Yeah.
are commenting. I said, Sutton, what fabric is this? And Sutton goes, why do you ask the hard questions? And I was like, Sutton, come on. So then the next model
Well, this
comes
is
up,
from her.
and it's a sweater.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the gal is wearing it as a dress. So the shoulders are down to here.
Yep.
Both shoulders are very low, and it's a dress.
Yeah.
And somebody writes in who wants to buy it, and they said, well, can you wear it as a traditional sweater? And Sutton says, yes, you just have to lift up the shoulders and it's a sweater. And I said, oh, let me show you. So I walk up to the model.
You pulled up
and
the skirt.
I lift up the shoulders.
wearing a
and The
G-string.
whole thing is lifting, and all of a sudden, Sutton's like, that's enough. Like, I just wasn't paying
Her
attention.
thong.
You could see her business. It was not.
And you did it on live TV.
We were live.
Live. Oh my
but
God.
I did, apparently,
So
stopped
I
in
think I
time.
know what your hidden talent is.
What?
Lifting up girls' skirts and touching their boobs.
ladies.
I love it. Doug just gave us his straight man impression.
up? How's your bracket? I love straight guys.
Do you ever get any auditions for straight roles?
He barely gets them for the gay ones.
I try not
He's
to.
trying. He's working his
I
ass
mean,
off.
I audition for a lot of roles that aren't gay or straight. They're just
He
whatever
wants to
I
get a
bring to it.
fucking
But
role.
So
Anybody
do
out
you
there
get
that's
any
listening,
auditions
please
for
get him a
straight roles?
role.
I do.
You do?
I
Do you ever book them or no?
Well, I'll tell you this for real. That Two Broke Girls.
Yeah.
He had a wife.
I
was
Oh,
wearing
you
a
played a
wedding
straight
ring,
person?
And well, we alluded a lot to my wife.
That's funny.
They cut that I think on
Yeah.
tape day, but. I mean, I was clearly playing him as a
Funny
big ol'
episode. I didn't
fruit.
even know you were in it, and I found
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, Doug Budin, this
Yes?
may be you in Runway Rundown. Picture
Why?
number 2.
Oh God.
Oh, duh.
Am I in a
but
costume?
you know
what
what?
am I wearing?
I
What,
love
can
when
see?
you. I
You have
love
to
when
let
you wear
me
some
see it.
colors.
What am I
So-
wearing?
You're wearing.
Oh,
Please, Paul, describe the
What color do you
outfits
call-
to
that's
our
a
audience.
Getty image.
Yes, Doug, you're on
this
Getty
is-
Image.
This is a very,
You've
very
made it,
high
bitch.
profile show you're on right now. We pay for
I am
Getty
wearing.
Image.
Okay, so I will say that has to have been somewhere between Memorial Day and Labor Day because I'm
Okay.
wearing my Nantucket Reds.
Nantucket
love it.
red.
I'm wearing Nantucket
You're wearing
Red,
your pants.
and I'm wearing
very
linen.
tight.
Babe, can you please
Very fitted.
describe
I
the
love
outfit?
that for
That,
you.
is that
For
what
our
you're saying? I'm too fat for
listeners.
my clothes? That
No,
they're so
that's
tight?
like really it holds you, shapes
Okay, so-
you, and gives you a very slender thigh line.
Oh.
But he's
Because it
wearing
goes up to your
colors.
thigh.
Describe it for people.
And you're wearing
listening.
your round neck.
So I wear a
The
navy
same one that
t-shirt.
you're
I wear
wearing
I have
now?
about 26 of these.
So you're wearing that same one that you're wearing now.
a round
here.
neck blue.
And
It's a J.
Tee.
Crew or Land's End navy t-shirt.
Okay.
and you're wearing another linen long sleeve rolled up sleeve shirt
Mm-hmm.
in a navy which is the light blue of what you're
Yes.
wearing
Yeah.
now.
It's true.
but you
But
know what?
you look so cute.
I
You
love
look
this.
So smiley.
I appreciate. I don't like getting dressed. If it were up to me, I would just
You
wear
knew
the
Getty
exact
Images was gonna
same
be
thing.
here
Here's
for
what
you
I
to-
love
I
about
know.
this
I
picture.
don't even remember what.
And
the
I always,
was
a lot of
from.
times on Runway Rundown, we
it's
trash you.
$499 on Getty.
Okay,
It is.
Nobody's buying it.
it is.
No, we downloaded it.
A lot of times we trash you on Runway Rundown on
Yes.
Jeff Lewis's show.
I
But
sure do.
we do. But I really like this look. And I got to tell you one thing I really love about this look that you did. And I don't know if
Okay.
you conscistly did it or
I
you
promise
subconsciously
you,
did
was
it.
subconsciously.
You're wearing a red, like salmon pant,
Yeah.
but your wristband on your iWatch is salmon. You matched
You
it.
complimented.
So I don't know if you purposely did that
I
or it was
didn't.
just an accident
Because
it
to
really
the I
comes
don't
together.
I don't change the bands.
But you did in this.
No, that was probably the old watch that I had, that coral colored
Yes,
band.
but I love it. It matches the pants perfectly. So
well,
you
you
didn't do that on
accidentally
purpose.
did something
did it.
right.
It was purely by accident.
But also even the glasses, the glass frames you're wearing, they
May
kind
I
of
see
match
that
the
again?
pants
When is
as
that
well.
from? Are
Getty.
they these glasses? that I'm
These were
wearing now?
Sirius XM photos.
Yeah, they're your
it's-
Caitlyn
Yeah.
Jenner.
Very unseemly face I'm giving.
You look beautiful.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
Can I say you look like a real actor? This is a headshot of a real actor.
I like it. I think it's good.
I really like it.
It's a win-win for
You know
me
what it
and
is?
Paul.
I think because you're fitted. I think because you're wearing your clothes closer to your body. I think it's because you feel like you're more confident in wearing the colors and clothes that you were wearing.
Yeah,
It
as I
suit
say, I
you.
like to I usually wear navy
Mhm.
every single day, except Memorial Day to Labor Day. I will pull out my Nantucket Reds. I've got 2 pairs of shorts in the exact same color. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I'll buy, like I have that Babar polo.
Yep.
I actually have 4 of them. So
Oh.
Because you returned the other 6?
no, I bought one and then I wanted to wear it, but it was dirty. So then I bought another one. So now I have 4. That's why I have 26 or so of this exact T-shirt.
Next time I
So
come
would
to your house, I know where to go.
But I like
Yeah.
this color on you today,
Thank
the
you.
blue. And I am going to mention to our audience that Paul did iron your shirt when you got here.
You steamed it, no?
Yes, you insisted. You walked in, and the
Have
first
a
thing
heavy duty press
I don't
iron.
know how to iron.
Paul
have a
says to
steamer.
you is, "Take off your shirt. I won't iron it."
Look at how
And
much
Doug,
this
you were
is.
resistant at first, and I finally just said, "Doug, just do it. You
Right.
got to learn with Paul. You just got to do it.
You
just
gotta
give
do
him
it.
the
But I
shirt."
thought the whole point with linen is that it can
Not
get
when you're
wrinkled.
first going to show up.
Right.
Dory.
Are we supposed to act like this is morning or something?
Yeah. Whenever you showed up.
Okay, our next one is our runway
Oh,
rundown.
Your best friend.
Vicky Gunvalson.
Oh.
But you know what? I love Vicky, but I don't. Paul, you have to describe this horrific outfit
So she's
May I
wearing
see
a
it?
floral, one shoulder.
mess. It looks like a bad tablecloth or a bad bedspread from the 80s.
She looks like she's imported by Yarda at one of those.
Well, she may have been important.
It's got a
Quinceañera.
ruffled top, right?
Quinceañera.
Ruffled
because
shoulder.
There's
yeah.
a lot happening in there.
It's
Too much.
Ruffled
It's somewhat Polynesian, isn't it?
It's
that-
ruffled at the hem.
Like, that could be in
asymmetrical,
Tahiti.
Ruffled in the shoulder, spaghetti on the other side. It's not figure flattering because she's got the ruffles going onto the underarm. Then she's got the midriff that's so tight that she looks like she's busting out of. And the
June is
proportionality
busting
does
out
not look
of-
like it's.
Yeah,
It's
again,
meant
it's
for
I
her.
think the same thing as you said with
And the
Tori.
shoes
It's
are not appropriate.
So what do
with
you
the
think of this
dress.
outfit, Doug?
Well, I don't love it on her. I like her shoes.
I like the,
The
shoes.
shoes are
Actually,
great.
the shoes I like.
See, the dress is nice too.
The
but
shoes
then
are
it's not
tan.
appropriate for her.
I've been shopping with Vicky.
You have?
When Shannon, Vicky, and I got to Philadelphia to do the show.
Yeah.
They had no
They
clothes.
had to go to this boutique. Shannon's favorite store is in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And we went into this boutique, gorgeous store. Now I can't remember the name of it, but they bought a lot of stuff. And it was, it was one of those things like you see in the movies. One person saw them and then you see them texting.
Yeah.
And then we came down the stairs and there's a whole group of Shannon and Vicky fans. It was incredible. But it was a lovely sort of family-owned department store.
Is that the episode that you're on OC, the one that you signed an NDA for that you can't talk about?
I obviously have no clue what
We
you're
have
talking
no idea
about.
what you're talking about,
But
Paul.
I can tell you unequivocally that I was never filmed for the Real Housewives of Orange County in Philadelphia.
Then that's not the one.
I love it. What I don't understand about Vicky Gunvalson is she always wears the weirdest, most awkward.
Have you looked in the
Outfits.
mirror?
What do you mean? I look so cute. I'm matching, bitch.
Who are you calling
What?
weird?
Honey, my husband has sexy legs, and I needed me some today.
I had to
needed
wear
me
shorts. It's
some
so
legs
fucking
today.
hot.
I
Look at
wore
how
long
sexy
pants.
he
But at
is.
least I'm wearing something that like my legs
Doug,
look good.
let me tell
I
you.
match.
If anybody ever asks
My
me,
husband is
what are
stroking
your
my leg.
husband's best assets, and they would think I was going to say his eyes.
It's his legs.
I go those long, luscious legs.
I
that
thought you
can't
said
get
my-
enough of.
No, you said my best asset is my.
her.
She needs to go shopping. Burn it.
She usually dresses pretty
When,
well.
Burn
when you
it.
went shopping with her, did she pick out anything nice?
She did. She got this really nice
That's because
dress.
you were there to be able to guide
No,
her.
they had people who were like, try this on, try that
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Good.
They walked, and I got, I got a navy linen shirt on sale
Oh.
for $92, and there's no sales tax in
Philadelphia?
There's not?
No.
Oh, I love that. His mom is from Philadelphia.
Yeah, she was. Well, yeah. Germany, but way of Philadelphia. We're going to do a game. Our game is Dougie says tomato or tomato. We're going to give you a couple.
Tomato.
We're going to give you a couple
Or
questions. We want to see if you have the answers
tomato.
because you know everything about tomatoes, right? Or tomatoes.
Okay, so which U.S. state grows the most tomatoes or tomatoes?
Which state?
Yes.
Which state?
Uh,
Come on, bitch. Let's see your tomato
Well, I
knowledge
just
here
think
from the
of-
Quaker
I
land.
think of California as like where all
You
the-
got it
all the
right.
produce-
Really?
California.
Yeah.
How did you know?
But that may not be my favorite. My favorite tomato could be a Ramapo Red from the state of New Jersey.
No, but California grows the
Yeah.
most.
But
you got
I mean,
it right.
if you think agriculture, it's pretty much going to be California. No?
See, I would have flunked on that one. What is the scientific name for the tomato?
Oh, I don't know.
Almost.
Well, they have lycopene.
Solanum.
Solanium lycopericinum.
No, solanum. Solanum.
Solanum
Lycopersicum.
lycoperium.
I got the lyco part.
It's
Go
lycocum.
persicum.
Okay.
It's lyco
That sounds so sexual.
persicum.
Lypersicum. Oh, and if you think about like peppers are capsicum,
Yes.
right?
Oh, everybody-
Okay.
So all the nightshade
Is that why they
family-
say the flavor just comes in your mouth and bursts?
No, my God. Do you remember
When the tomato bursts in your mouth?
Leslie Jordan was in this play, and he was so great. Southern Baptist Sissies, I think.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
This is my new cologne. It's called Come to
Del
Me.
Shores.
Does it smell like come to you? That was his.
Del Shores.
Yes.
Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Which
person.
country introduced tomatoes to Europe in the 16th
China.
century?
No.
Is it tomato or tomato?
It's tomato.
It's
we're in
tomato.
America.
Tomato.
It's what's odd is there's no tomato in Chinese food, but I wanted to say China, but
But
that's
you-
pasta.
Okay, it's a
It's,
European country.
You should know the
Yeah.
answer, and I'm going to tell you why, because they have a festival there that I've been wanting
Spain.
to go.
Yes, you got it.
I
right.
want to go to that festival and throw some tomatoes
Yeah,
at people.
that looks very, very fun.
They
doesn't
bring
it?
I
it by
know.
the truckloads.
What famous Italian sauce is made primarily from tomatoes and is the base for many, many pasta dishes?
Marinara.
Oh, marinara.
Yes, you got that right. I would have gotten all these wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Which variety of tomato is known for being particularly small and sweet?
which variety of a cherry tomato, or are you just looking for cherry tomato?
Cherry tomato.
He got that one right too. Wait, has he missed any of them?
No.
You do know your tomatoes or tomatoes. Okay. What
So far, this is a pretty low bar in terms of.
I wouldn't know the answer.
I would have gotten all
Yes,
these
you
wrong.
do. You know cherry tomatoes. What are
Yeah,
you
but I
crazy?
wouldn't know that that's what the
I don't know what a cherry tomato
the answer
is.
would be. I just know it's in the salad.
Oh my God.
Like
Okay.
there's a yellow and a red.
What's
and-
next?
All right. Which country is the largest producer of tomatoes in the world?
Oh,
Mexico.
He got one wrong.
the other one that you said earlier.
China.
Oh, China.
I never knew
Yeah.
that. Interesting.
Which tomato variety is typically used to make ketchup?
Oh,
Oh.
I don't even
Would
know
it be
this.
aroma or a paste or a sauce
How
tomato?
the fuck?
Fuck,
do
he
you
got that
know?
right too.
Is that right?
All these years I've been eating ketchup tomato. Do you know that I thought that the name of the tomato that they use is ketchup?
Is ketchup? Well, it's the
Not
same
Roma?
tomato. It's the same tomato that you would use to make sauce. So that's called a paste tomato. It's a thick-skinned, low seed amount. And San Marzano are a kind of Roma. Roma is, they're oblong and they have lower water content. Which
So
is why we
that's
use
what
them
they
for
do?
sauce.
Okay. Knew more than me. Okay, I would have probably not gotten this one. Oh,
What color were tomatoes originally when
bitch,
they
it's
were
my
first
question.
discovered?
Oh, when they were
Stealing my
first
question.
discovered. Well,
Like
tomatoes
when
do
Columbus came.
tomatoes come in all different kinds of colors. I've grown green, orange, purple, black, red, yellow. I don't know what color they originally were. I would think they would be green to red.
Yellow.
yellow.
Okay. Well, like the Brandywine heirloom tomatoes they've got a amazing yellow ones.
What's the
Okay.
fascination with you and tomatoes?
I have
though,
no idea.
Specifically.
There is no. I don't really have a fascination. I grow them, and I go to Tomato Mania every
I
year.
know. So like,
But you
why
talk about
tomato,
tomatoes a lot.
not cucumber? Why tomato,
Well,
not celery?
I grow 4 or 5 different kinds of cucumbers too.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there were 4 or 5 different cucumbers.
I'm like a farmer. That's because I grew up in the city. I didn't have this, but my family had this beautiful house upstate. My mom had a huge
He's
garden.
flexing again and telling us how much money he's
No,
worth.
we weren't rich. They had.
Oh, you are
They didn't
now.
have they didn't have an estate. They had
Right.
a
house,
weekend
a
But you had a farm there.
My mom had a beautiful
3,000
garden.
acre farm.
No, it was 10 acres on a lake.
Oh, sure.
So
they don't even have a
beautiful.
fucking lake there.
10
beautiful.
acres in a lake, but it was
Yeah,
just a
well.
And that's
small
that,
little
when
house.
my dad died, my mom sold the house, and of course that's where my father is buried. So now we go up to visit my father. We got no place to stay.
Wait, so your father's buried.
At the farm.
In the church, in the churchyard, we are the Jewish section.
Yeah.
He's buried in the church, and you heard the story how there's somebody buried in my mother's plot.
I heard about that.
next
Yeah,
to him,
yes.
right?
They gave
So
it
that's-
away.
So what are you going to do about that?
Well, we
their-
bought the rest of the plots in the same row
Oh, okay, got
as
it.
my father.
Okay.
You could just do an eviction, 3-day notice,
No, you
pay or
can't
quit.
move. You can't move a dead body.
You can't
They're not
evict a
dead.
dead body?
They weren't
In the
supposed to be
state of
there.
New York.
We can. I got a shovel.
I'll
I've
give you
seen
the-
it in a movie.
I'll give you the location on the grid.
Hello.
You can find
we
it.
go off grid and we go take care of this matter.
Are you going to read my coffee?
Yes,
Yes.
last question I have. You have to get this one. If you don't get this
Oh,
one, what popular fruit was once classified as a vegetable by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1893 for tax purposes?
Tomato.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be tangerines. We're talking about tomatoes.
Fuck, that's his question to answer,
Oh
not
my God,
yours.
but I could answer that.
Jesus.
one.
When they said ketchup was a vegetable.
Was a
in schools,
vegetable.
Yeah,
Doug, you only got one wrong.
I'm upset
That's
about
pretty
that.
good.
You need to go back to the drawing board.
All right, we're going to do...
Pack differently. Now.
But you're also going, I'm telling you, it's going to rekindle something. So
Okay.
I say you should brush your teeth.
Pack my clean underwear.
Yeah, or maybe none. Or maybe none.
I'll pack my clean underwear.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell me, you have to remember you have to know what happened at this time of the year that affected you, that every single time, even if you don't think about it this time of the year, it's sort of like a loss. But it doesn't have to be a death like a loss. It's like a relationship that broke up or something that you were so adamant about being able to achieve and it just didn't work out. And you're like, well, why? I did all the right things.
Right.
And every single year you're like, but if that had just happened. Like this, it kills you. It has left a pit in your stomach.
I just can't think of it.
You'll
offhand.
remember. Because when you do remember, I want you to light a little votive for it.
Okay.
At your front door. Outside your front door.
Outside. Okay.
So you close your
Very
front door.
bossy. There's a lot of instructions.
I'll remind you.
I'm gonna end up lighting a wishbone.
When you remember, you tell me.
Okay.
You light a votive outside.
There's
your
more
front
instructions this time than the last reading.
door, and you close. And the reason why I'm giving it to him now because he started to work. He's opened up the.
Yeah, I started the
frequency.
work. See,
I want to make sure that the right
to completion
frequency starts coming
Okay.
in the flood that it's.
I have to
supposed
think
come
about
in
what
with.
it could be, and
Because
then I'll let you know.
it's not a simple thing.
It's not a generic.
When you get this, when you get this call, or when you get this email, when you get this text message, or when this proposal comes in, you're really going to be able to sink your teeth into an aspect of your life that you never anticipated, always knew was present, but never had the opportunity.
Right. All right. Good. I'm gonna have to think about what it is, and I'll let you know.
Let me take a picture of the inside of it.
And I light a
A
votive.
little votive and put it outside your front door and let it burn out. Close the door
until
and
it's
that's
out.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a couple of
Do you
minutes.
like a 3 to 4 hour votive? Do you like what?
No,
what do you
just
like?
a very, very simple.
Like a tea light? What we
Yeah,
would call
tea
a
light.
tea light?
Because
I've got a box
the
of those.
idea of it is to just light it because you want it, you know what it is, and you want that to know.
To know. Okay.
You know.
I have
And
to
it's
think about
no
what it is.
longer a pit in your stomach,
Right.
yet
Release. I'm releasing it. I'm letting
That's
it
what
burn
it is.
away.
Did it help when the last reading when he had you clear out some?
Yeah.
That helped, right?
Mhm.
It seemed to.
And I wore a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
did you connect?
Yeah.
That's
I think
great.
so.
With your dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, lick your thumb.
Does it matter left or right?
No, whichever one you want. And then punch the bottom.
Oh, the smudge thing.
Twist.
Twist.
However
And then
you
lift
do it,
out.
and then pull out.
Yeah. And there is dash tissue there.
You look disappointed.
No,
As
he's
a-
always like
As
intense.
a matter of fact, the joy that this brings you is going to be like you being at the Quaker school in high school again, being, yay! Does that make sense? The message that's going to come to you when you make that wishbone thing,
Okay, yeah.
when you know, it's going to, and just the fact that it's going to provide you with an opportunity, you're going to realize that it's more than, it's you're going to appreciate it.
Listen, as long as it's good news, that's.
You're gonna
I don't need to know
appreciate it.
more
You'll
than
see.
that. All right,
When-
good.
It's
when it comes
interesting
through.
that the wishbone thing is going to be September 17th, which is before you're going to meet with the Quaker people. Are they called Quaker people?
They're called classmates.
classmates.
None of them is a Quaker. Like there's not that many Quakers
Oh.
in the world. I think out of my whole school,
Yeah.
which was 4-year-old to 12th grade, it's only 500 people. I don't think there were any Quakers.
That's like the Armenian
Oh.
school.
I was there between at the time he was just Lee Schreiber. Now he's Liev. But he was 2 years older than me, and Amanda Pete was 2 years younger than me. We were all in the school plays together.
Oh, you guys went to school together.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
a lot of
the very elite
artists
went
kids.
to
Well,
the Quaker school.
It was a very cool, super progressive school.
Yeah.
So, like a lot of our parents wanted us to go to those Upper East Side and Upper West Side,
Yeah.
Brearley and Spence and Chapin for girls and Dalton, and Columbia and
Yeah, yeah.
Trinity for everybody. But Friends was super, super progressive.
The school's
and
still
cool.
open.
Absolutely.
Wow,
it's
very cool.
thriving.
It's like the Pillable school you went
It's
to.
and the meeting house is incredible. The benches have they're all very uncomfortable, hard wooden benches, but they have
Yep.
this big space, which is especially uncomfortable when you lean back.
Yeah.
And it's because when they were built, all the women had bustles, and they had to
Oh,
have the
they
space.
had to have space for the
Oh,
their
bustle
bustle.
and the little.
Interesting.
Yeah,
How cute!
Very cool.
but yeah, again, as I said, it was founded in 1786, the
Nice.
oldest
I
coeducational day
wasn't
school in the
born.
city. Mhm.
Before Paul takes us out, Doug, will
Yeah.
you tell our guests where we can find you?
Well, you can't find them. How the hell the guest going to find out?
Not by email, but you can visit me on the Instagram at Doug Budin.
Every Thursday.
And please,
Cooking Kibbutz.
please join me most Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific on Instagram at Doug Budin.
Live.
For Cooking Kibbutz.
And where can they get tickets for the...
Dos Amigas?
Yes.
Go to improv.com.
Okay.
And come see us in Irvine on October 3rd and Ontario, California on October 17th.
I'm going to tell the mayor.
We're going to tell the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. This is you taking us out, Paul.
Oh.
Paul, why don't you take us out?
Thank you for joining us for another fun episode of Undressed with Paul and Patrick and Little Snow White 90210.
Bye, undressed bitches. And Doug, before we go, we always ask our guests one last question.
Oh, God. Now
You've
what?
just been undressed by Paul and Patrick. How do you feel?
Violated.
Let him answer, bitch.
No less so than normal. Thank you for having me, for real.
We love you, Doug.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. And we'll get together soon.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Her Dat Media and American Media Television. Executive producers are Patrick Simpson, Paula Tu, and Pat Safford. Produced by Jordan Hill and Sarah Silikula. Shooting and editing by Jordan Hill. Music and theme song, Undressed, written and performed by Lionel Cohen, courtesy of DNA Productions. Artwork by Dominique Demetz. And hosted by Paula Tu, Patrick Simpson, and Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow at Paula 2 and at Patrick Simpson and at Snow White 90210 and watch Gown and Out in Beverly Hills on Prime Video. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.